Well, let's talk to Brett Bruen, who's a former U.S. diplomat who served as Director of Global Engagement at the White House. He's now President at the Global Situation Room. Brett Bruen, just explain to outsiders how two competing narratives of the same story have emerged from the U.S. on Khashoggi's death.
Well, what you have from the CIA is a fact-based call. They are saying this is what the evidence shows. We can say with high confidence that the Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, was the one to give the order to kill Jamal Khashoggi. Now, on the other side of Washington, you have the State Department, the National Security Council, other agencies making a policy call. So what the State Department said today by this declaration that the facts and conclusions have not yet been drawn is we haven't made that second step of deciding whether or not from a policy standpoint we're going to point the finger at Riyadh and specifically at the Crown Prince.
Trump or no Trump, Saudi Arabia is an absolutely crucial ally for the United States. That simply doesn't change, does it?
It doesn't, and I think we need to disaggregate the relationship that the U.S. has with the country and the relationship we have with the Crown Prince. As your prior guest was saying, the Crown Prince is not indispensable. And in fact, I think it is in Saudi interest, it's in American interest that the Crown Prince be held responsible for this action and that the relations that Saudi Arabia enjoys with the U.S. are able to advance, but there needs to be accountability for what happened.
Really? How realistic is it that Mohammed bin Salman is simply going to be removed from the international scene?
I think it will be done slowly and in a diplomatic way, if you will, that the message will be sent to Riyadh, both from here in Washington, capitals in Europe, that this is not tenable. We cannot have Mohammed bin Salman inherit the kingdom with blood on his hands. So the Saudis will have to make that decision, and they'll work out the process through their internal negotiations.
What about the internal machinations in Washington and President Trump's already troubled relationship with his intelligence agencies, with the CIA and the FBI? Will this episode further weaken those relationships?
I don't know that it is going to weaken the relationship. They're already in a pretty bad state. I will say that with the voices on Capitol Hill, both on the Republican side as well as on the Democratic side, they will box in Trump. He doesn't have as many options as he ideally would hope to have in this situation. And we've seen this play out with Russia, where Congress has been more aggressive than the White House, and I think it will similarly be the case with Saudi Arabia.
Brett Bruen, thank you very much for talking to us.